Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 2 of our Black Magic in Football series. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, watch it right now. It's about 25-26 Liverpool, and that went down the drill. That ass was only valid until that video went out. Right after that, we lost our games. I might have to private that video at this point, because why the second I posted about it, we losing games now. But I digress. Today, we're going to be talking about the originators of Black Magic, kings of Satanism, Real Madrid. These guys are pioneers of this competition. How did you think they won 15 Champions Leagues? There's no way that all of them were legit, and we'll be looking at one of the cases here. The 2022 Real Madrid team that won the Champions League. These guys need to be investigated. Now, before we get into it, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 10k subs. Like the video as well. People get to... Someone just got arrested. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, Real Madrid got drawn into a fairly easy group, I should say. They ended up being in Group D with teams like Inter Milan, who the frick is Sheriff? These guys did not just come up and play some random Texan team, bro. You're telling me the good, the bad, and the ugly made a freaking football team. And Shakhtar Donetsk. This is an easy group. Even if they're horrible, they're getting second. And Real Madrid had Inter Milan at the San Siro in the opening game. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. This game was boring. I mean, Courtois did his black magic, but at the end, Rodrigo in the 89th minute managed to seal a 1-0 win for Real Madrid. And in the second game week, they're playing against Texas FC, Sheriff at the Bernabeu. There's no way that they lose this game, surely. But yes, Yakshibuv and Yakshibuv, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yakshibuv gives Sheriff an early lead in the game, but it's still the Bernabeu. Surely they don't lose this game. And exactly what I thought happened. Karim Benzema with a penalty in the 65th minute to equalize. And y'all know Real Madrid at this point, they're just gonna go on and win the game somehow. Oh my. Real Madrid just lost at home to a Moldovan team. Now, if you told someone then that they'd go on to win the Champions League from here, and they probably slapped you in the face. But that 90th minute winner from Sebastian Thiel gave Sheriff the 2-1 win over Real Madrid. Luckily for them, their next game was against Shakhtar Fodder, and the first goal was an own goal next to Karim Benzema. Yeah, it's triggering my PTSD. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this game was an absolute whitewash. Vinicius made a 2 in the 51st minute. Then he completely fried that guy, made a 3 in the 56th minute. Rodrigo made a 4, and the game ended up being 5-0 to Real Madrid. They lost to Sheriff and took all their anger out on Shakhtar. What did Shakhtar do? Their next game was against Shakhtar at home. They beat them 5-0 away. What's gonna happen at home? And Real Madrid take an early lead through Benzema with some stupidity of defending. But surprisingly, Shakhtar managed to equalize a couple minutes after. They're already putting up more of a fight than they did in the first leg. But Benzema ended up scoring to make it 2-1, and the game ended like that. Sheriff once again, but this time they're away in Moldova. Benzema scores early, but it was offside. Then somehow, someway, Alaba managed to score a free kick. What is a defender taking free kicks for? What am I looking at? Toni Kroos ended up making it 2, and just to rub salt in the wound, Karim Benzema ended up making it 3-0 for Madrid. And in the final game against Inter, Toni Kroos put them 1-0 up early in the game, and Marco Asensio seals up the 2-0 win with a beautiful curler, topping their group. And their opponent in the round of 16 is PSG, and this is not the current PSG team that won the Champions League. That PSG team had Neymar, Mbappe, Messi. But in the first leg at the Parc des Princes, Messi has an early chance to go 1-0 up through a penalty. What can I say at this point? It's just Pepsi. He should retire. How is he still playing football to this day? And I never knew Courtois had hands like that. This dude is like, I never see him saving pens. But that didn't really matter much, because Mbappe ended up sealing the win really late in the game, giving PSG an early lead into the second leg. All Real Madrid have to do is not concede in this game early on, and oh my. Mbappe makes it 1-0 PSG on the night, 2-0 on aggregate in the 39th minute. But in the 61st minute, he locked in. Donnarumma does this stupid mistake, and Benzema manages to bring it back to 2-1. And by the way, I want to talk about an argument I've been seeing these days. People think that Rodrigo was more influential to Real Madrid's Champions Leagues than Vinicius Jr.
Shut your lame ass up, man.
Look at this video and see how many times I'm gonna name Vinicius Jr. over Rodrigo. Vinicius Jr. assists Benzema. A couple minutes after that, Benzema manages to make it 2-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. These guys literally went from 2-0 up to to 2-1 in a couple minutes. Couple minutes after that second goal was scored, Madrid go up a couple minutes after that with Vinicius Jr. Marquinhos just passes the ball to Benzema and he makes it 3-2 ultimate fumble. This might be the biggest PSG fumble in history. While Real Madrid managed to scumbag a 3-2 win at the end, Benzema getting a hat-trick, and their next opponent in the quarterfinals are Chelsea. Now Chelsea themselves are coming off a freaking slump. Like, they were so bad, they lost 4-1 to Brentford. And in the first leg, it was easy food for Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. assists Benzema to go 1-0 up early in the game. And it looks like Chelsea didn't learn from their mistakes because Benzema once again scores off a header to make it 2-0. But don't you worry, Chelsea fans. Kai Havertz saves the day, making it 2-1 to Chelsea. But then Mendy with this absolute stupid mistake and gives Benzema back-to-back Champions League hat-tricks. Bro, this dude at this time was absolutely on smoke. Nobody could stop Benzema, man. I remember thinking, oh, where is the Satanism at this point? You only showed one instance against PSG, but this Chelsea game is looking like a whitewash. Don't worry, this second leg will blow your mind massively because Chelsea take an early lead through Mason Mount, bringing it back to 3-2 to Chelsea. That's not enough. They need 2 more to win the game. And then off a corner, Rudiger makes it 2-0 to Chelsea and 3-3 on aggregate. And then a couple of minutes after that, Marcus Alonso makes it 4-3 to Chelsea, completing the beautiful comeback. Until Florentino Perez got in the way, because how is this a handball? Like, his hands are to the sides of his body. That is never a handball, bro. But it didn't matter for Chelsea on the night because Papa Perez couldn't stop what was coming. Timo Werner, yes, I kid you not, Timo Werner made it 4-3 to Chelsea a couple minutes after that and giving them the lead for the first time in this tie. It was 3-0 to Chelsea at the Santiago Bernabeu, by the way. 15 minutes to go. Chelsea, all they have to do was hold on. And what unfolded in the rest of this game changed the trajectory of both clubs forever. Especially Chelsea. They haven't recovered from this moment till this day. And then Luka Modric, like an evil musketeer, snipes Rodrigo, who scores to make it 3-1 and 4-4 on aggregate. Everything's up to play. Next goal wins at this point. And as we all know, can't be a Real Madrid video without them scumbagging a late win. Vinicius Jr. assisting Benzema off another header. These guys, Chelsea conceded 3 headers in this tie, by the way, in the same exact scenario. Dumbest shit of all time. These dudes literally lost the first leg 3-1, made a remontada going 3-0 up at the Bernabeu, and still lost the game somehow. With this win, confirmed their spot in the semi-final against Pep Man City. And this is no ordinary Man City. This is one of the best City teams under Pep Guardiola. Only difference between the two teams is freaking Erling Haaland. Man City, obviously the favorites at the Etihad as well, bro. Everyone thought Madrid were gonna lose, and everyone's fears came true. In the second minute of the game, Kevin De Bruyne puts Man City 1-0 up in the game. And to make shit worse, Gabriel Jesus makes it 2-0 to Man City after 11 minutes played. It looked like they were gonna get their ass whooped. This was not a good look for Real Madrid. 2-0 down after 11 minutes, and then Benzema somehow scored off this weird ass angle to bring it back to 2-1. This didn't really change much for Man City though, because in the second half they made it 3-1, killing all of Madrid's hopes. But then Vinicius Jr. You see how many times I'm saying this guy's name? Vinicius Jr. smells food and fries this absolute pensioner. We should be jailing Vinicius Jr. for attacks against senior citizens. This match was getting tasty, bro. This is probably one of the best Champions League games I've watched in recent history. Like, if you missed this match, bro, I feel so bad for you. And then Zinchenko gets tackled at the edge of the box. Everybody stops moving, except for Bernardo Silva, who smashes it into the top bins, making it 4-2. This advantage played from the referee, by the way. What a play. And the fact that everyone switched off as well, except for Bernardo Silva. Wow. This making it 4-2 to Man City, killing the game off once again. Laporte does this stupid thing. All he did was just feed Benzema another aura moment, bro. And that's where the game entered. 4-3 to Man City, going back to the Bernabeu. I'm telling you, absolute cinema. And in the second leg against Man City again, the game was pretty dull, I should say. Man City missing chances and stuff, but Riyad Mahrez scores in the 73rd minute, making it 5-3 on aggregate and 1-0 to City on the night. And I'm telling you, everyone thought it was over from here. There's no way Madrid could come back from this deficit. Pep counted for everything in the match: Benzema, Vinicius, Ancelotti, but the one thing he didn't count for was voodoo and black magic. Before the game, Ancelotti must have laced Rodrigo with a bunch of spells, because how did he come on in the 90th minute, scored 2 goals to equalize and make it 5-5. Bro, you're telling me this dude came off the bench, scored 2 goals in a Champions League semi-final? And you know what's crazy? This literally made Rodrigo's entire career. This is why people think he's better than Vinny. To this day, I can't believe Man City fumbled this. I mean, I was hate watching City. I wanted Madrid in the final. So I celebrated these Madrid goals like they were Liverpool goals at the time, but I'd regret that soon enough. Going into extra time, it was tied 5-5. And guess what? Diaz gives away a penalty. Benzema scores, winning the game for Real Madrid. He hard carried Madrid that year. It's crazy, man. But in the final, stood against them, their arch nemesis, Liverpool. Now, people might say Real Madrid are not our rivals because they whoop our ass each year.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
But it was different. This is a Champions League final. And I'm telling you guys, till this day, this is the worst final football match I've ever watched in my life. Till this day, I refuse to go and watch the highlights of this game because of how heartbroken I am. I'm telling you, why do you guys think I hate Real Madrid? Why do you guys think I hate Trent so much? Probably till I die, I won't look back at the highlights of the 2022 Champions League final, and that's fine by me. Real Madrid, they needed to do a lot, and they had an early goal disallowed in the second half, which had me shitting. But it was offside, to be fair, thank God, but you could have stopped the inevitable. Real Madrid take a 1-0 lead in the second half, sealing the win. And here's the thing, they didn't deserve to win that match because I'm not showing you guys what actually happened. If I showed you guys the highlights of this game, it'll be us just peppering Courtois 24/7. Courtois is my #1 enemy. Forget Trent, forget everyone. I hate that dude with a passion. Why against us does he have to turn into Spider-Man? He has to turn into an octopus. He turns into freaking Endo Mamoru from Inazuma 11. Like, if you look at the stats of this final, Real Madrid had 4 shots to Liverpool's 24. Bro, I'm here seeing Salah and Mane try everything they can, but Courtois is just unstoppable. Where would I rank this? As Satanism in football? S tier. This is the worst case I've seen in my life. Like, I don't think there's another team we could cover that was just as cursed as this team. How on earth did they win this Champions League final? We shouldn't forget at the beginning of this video, they lost to some freaking Sheriff boys. How did they win this Champions League title? I'm tired, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap. Make sure hit the subscribe button. Let me know any other teams you want me to cover. Like the video if you haven't already, and I'll see all you next time. Have a good day, people.